All right, we're going to finish up our little website for binary whatever with a dog. And so we only have these blocks in the middle to do now. So, well, maybe in a future video I'll do the drop-down menu and maybe make it a slideshow. But that'll be like a little polish at the end. Let's just get this rudimentary part built. So let's. I'm going to make each of these a grid. Each of these blocks a grid. I'm going to make them have, you know, 1 fraction, 1 fraction, 2 fraction, 2 fraction, 2 fraction, 1 fraction, 1 fraction. I didn't cut them vertically. I'm sorry, horizontally. But I should have. So I guess I'm going to do. God, how should I do this? Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll do a little cut here. So there's like an empty spot. And then there's an empty spot at the bottom, and then there's a spot for the button, and there's a spot for the text, and then there's a spot for the no, you know what, let's just keep it kind of simple. Let's just cut once for the heading, and then cut once for the button, and then the text can be in the middle. So let's have it be 3 rows in each of these. We can make the sizes of the rows differently. Or maybe just 2 rows. I guess we'll do 2 rows. So I'm just going to do a cut where the button is. You know what? Let's just have it 1 row for each of these, and because it's only this side of things that need to be cut kind of multiple ways, so I'll just have something. It'll be 1 row. We'll have one thing that goes here, the image, and then text stuff that goes here, and then this thing itself will be sort of like a wrapper that contains these other 3 bits, and that thing itself will be cut. So let's try that. So let's just start with the images first, I guess. So I'm gonna create a 1 row, 2 small columns, and then 1, 2, 3 bigger columns, and then 2 small columns. So let's do that. Okay, so this is the block element. I'm going to say display grid, grid template columns. We're going to say 1 fraction, 1 fraction, 2 fraction, 2 fraction, 2 fraction, 1 fraction, 1 fraction. For grid template rows, we're going to say, well, just 1, right? And then I think that's good. Yeah. So you won't see any change there. But let's color these. So what colors? We want a sort of dark blue, a light blue, and then a burnt brick. So let's just say background #0. And then if I hover, I get to do a sort of dark blue, I guess. Maybe like that. All right, whatever. Oh, that's just way more green than I thought. So let's hover over it again. Is that better? Close enough. All right, so now I want to do the other ones kind of separately. So this block will affect all of them, but there are 3 blocks. So to get the other ones, I can say dot block, and then to grab the second one, I would do colon, nth of type 2. So that'll get the second guy. So I'm going to say background, we'll just do white for now. And let's see what that looks like. That is not what I was expecting. Nth of type 2 for dot block. Did I code something wrong? So dot block, ID. Really? Weird. That doesn't make any sense to me. Nth of type 2 should be the second one. Nth of type 1 should be the top one. What is going on? So do I have another block somewhere? Class block. That doesn't make sense. I have no idea what's going on there. This should be nth of type 1, nth of type 2, nth of type 3. So for some reason it's thinking right now that this is 2, so I'm guessing it's thinking this is 3. It shouldn't be that way. I don't know what's happening. So I'm going to go to style and just say nth of type 3 and make that white. And that's what I wanted. Okay, that's not how it should be coded, but I don't know what's happening there. This should be like a bright aqua thingy. So let's change that to hashtag 00, and then I can hover. And I'm going to kind of go here. Okay, and then I need a brick. I should have got these color codes. So dot block, colon, and you can do last of type here. There's last of type, first of type, and nth of type. I'll try this and see if that works. And just brick a color. Well, all right, I'm going to do nth of type 4. Nothing. I am very confused. Maybe brick's not a color. There's a little bit more orange, I think. Not bad. Alright, so there's my color palette. There we go. So I can style all the blocks at once. I can style just the middle one or just the last one. So that's good. And then let's get the images in. So this thing needs an image and then another region. This needs another region and an image. And this needs another region and an image. So they're kind of in different patterns. So I'm going to follow this pattern since 2 of them are like that in the all-around one. So that will put this stuff in the text stuff from columns 3 to 5, where the images will be from 5 to 7. So that's what we will do. So let's go to the HTML. I didn't need to do that. And here is the first block, the second block, and third. So the second block, I need to put in stuff. I'm going to put in a div, and then followed by another div, I guess. Let's do an image. No, I'll do a div. Okay. This will be class, what did I call that? Block graphic, and this will be, I'll just call this block text. This will be class so in the graphic, I'm going to put an image, and that is going to be, I don't know, 4. It's going to be 4, or image 6, and the next one. No, I'm sorry, image 5. No, image 4, and then image 6 for the bottom two. So image 4. PNG4.png, and let's try that. Okay, is that what I was going for? Yeah, basically. And I need one for the brick area. I think that was 6. So I'm going to do the same thing in this last block. Type div, do another div. This one will be class block text, and this one will be class block graphic. And in the graphic, I'll create an image, and in the source, I will say bimage6.png, and that should create the loaf. This one is backwards to the other two, so I'm going to do it backwards. I'm going to say div, and then another div. This div will be class block graphic, is the other order, and then this will be class block text. And in the graphic, I need an image, and it's going to be bimg5.png. And that looks good. That's what I wanted. So now I am going to arrange these. So I'm not going to worry about the top one so much since it's unique, but I am going to worry about these other two since they follow the same kind of convention in my mockup. I will make these go, the images go from column 5 to 7. So 5 to 7. So that I need to go to style, and I'm going to say dot block graphic grid column 5/7. Let's see what that looks like. All right, they are now where they should be. I also want these grids to be vertically aligned so that this is kind of like in the middle vertically, and this too. So let's try that. That's going to be in the block. So justify content center, align items center. Big change. Anyway, that looks better. And now all we got to do is get the text going. In fact, I might even, well, I want this guy on the left, so let's fix this guy. He's to the right when he should be to the left. So in the mock-up, he should be going just for the top block, the one that we made this darker blue. He should be going from column 2 to 4. So I'm going to say how I did block graphic here. I'm going to say block graphic colon first of type, and we'll say grid column 2, 4, and then there we go. That looks good. Okay, so well, I think I went too far. 2, 4, 7. Well, it should be. It should be okay. Now let's do the text graphics, so, or block graphics, so, or block text, so. Grid column. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was putting this text somewhere. So most of the text should go from 3 to 5. So let's do that. And then, but the first one, like here, would have been grid column, what is it? 4 to 6. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I think I broke something because these are now, they have fallen. Did I? Block text, block, oh yeah, I forgot to do the first of type. So, I don't know, I seem to have shifted things. We did say row, didn't I, in block? Yeah. Well, we'll see if there's a problem. I think it's okay. I don't know why these have dropped all of a sudden. They were vertically aligned. Now they're not. When I did that last bit. Anyway. Do they cross? Block text and block graphic. They do cross. So this should have gone from 3 to 5, and then this should have gone from 5 to 7. This one should have gone from 2 to 4, and then 4 to 6. So 3 to 5, 5 to 7, that should be good. 2 to 4, 4 to 6, that should be good. So yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I think we're mostly good. I'm going to change these things to be minimum height set to 100 so that they can get bigger if necessary. So instead of block being 100, we're going to say min height. And then, yeah, something's wrong here because they're not vertically aligned. I'll figure it out as we go. Let me try to get the text going. This seems way far to the left. I mean, these are way smaller pictures than I was intending. In my mock-up, they were bigger. But let's get this text going, and then I can make it bigger to match. Okay, so right now we have the text regions. And they are, they need stuff in them. So let me do the first one up here. Just press enter from between the tags, and I'm going to make a div called class block title. I'm going to make a div called block copy, and a div called block CTA. The CTA is a shorthand for call to action, and that's the button. That's the thing you click. The idea is you want to call people to action, not just have a button that is kind of dumb. You know, you want to make kind of like an action thing. But anyway, so let's say the very best. Everybody loves what we got. Don't wait, get yours now. Okay, so everybody, oh, I'm sorry, voted the best. I think that's what it said. Oh, the very best. Fine. Everybody knows what we got. Don't wait. Get yours. Or get yours now. And inside of here, it'll just say, get it. All right, let's see what that looks like. Ah! It looks very stupid. So I see what's happened. These are not correct. How did I break it? So in the block, everything's good. Enter type. Let me put these on the row. So grid dash row 1/2. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put that in everything. There we go. All right, so now they're in the same row. I don't know why it created a separate row, but these guys are now vertically aligned again. It was like it was putting the text up above and then these below it, and it just was not right. All right, so let's style some of this stuff. The text should be the same color as this green in most of these two blocks here anyway. So I'm going to scroll up and get the copy that code for the green, and I'm going to make the text in the block regions. I'll do that for all the blocks. I'm going to have to change it for one of them, but so I'll just do it in the generic block style class. But the way you set a text color is not with background. You just type color, and that will set the text to that color. So there we go. That's not bad. That makes all the text default like that. But the very best, I wanted it to actually be the same as this blue. So that should work for most of it except the middle one. So I'm going to say I'm going to get that blue. Where did I get that? There it is. And so where it says block, I'm going to put it here, block title, color, that color. Okay. Better. Let's say block CTA, I think is what I called it. We will say background. Let's just find a color. I think it was kind of like a green. Not bad. Okay, not bad color. Maybe a little darker, but whatever. Okay, it's a little too wide, so let me do, for the CTA, we'll say width 50 pixels. Let's try that. I need a semicolon. That's a little stubby. Let's say 100 pixels. Well, actually, the width should be fit to the grid. So, this thing should be in 2 columns. So, I'll just say 50%. That should do it. Um, 25%? That didn't look right. There we go. I think that looks better. This is actually not looking at all what I was going for, but I'm just going to kind of get it done and we can polish it in a later video. I just want to kind of wrap it up for this evening. So let me center that for now. So let me do text align center. Nice. Let's get this font bigger. So for the block title, I'll say font dash size. And you, let's see, how about 50 point font? Tremendously big. That's maybe too big. 35. Better. You'll notice that the font here is what's called a sans serif font. It doesn't have like the little sticks. Like this is a serif font because it's got like these little tick marks. I want a sans serif font because that's kind of what I was going for. So I'm going to set the whole page to be a sans serif. So I'm going to go up to the star and I'm going to say font dash family sans dash serif. And that should make it all look a little bit more techy, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll keep going before I leave for the evening. This does not seem quite right. It seems like it is off. I guess let me make the pictures bigger. I think that's part of it. But no, it isn't, is it? Let's see. It is. I think that's part of it. So let's see. Block.graphic. It is very small. That's really not it, because these are... Why is this so... I guess it's... why does it look centered here? Yeah, this is like way off. Why is this... Oh, no, yeah, that should be right. 4 should be right in the middle of the dog's eye or something. But it's like not. Oh, I wonder if it's first of type. I wonder if that's the problem. Let me try something. I'm going to change these to nth of type 2. Because remember when we colored them, we had some issue with the numbering. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I'm going to kind of ignore this guy. I think he's kind of broken. This other stuff looks better. So let me try to get the other things put together nicely, and I'll come back to this one here. I don't know why it's so far off center. Okay, so let's get the text in for these. That was just reach your potential, butterfly, evolve. So let's go to the index. And just like how we did here with block text, we're going to come to the block text here. Div class block title reach potential, and then this should be class block CTA evolve, and I didn't do all caps here, so I should have. The very best, and then here we have div title div block copy div block CTA. What was the other things? Munch, bread, eat all the bread. That should be caps. Right. You can't see this probably because it's all blue. So this one we got to make this brick, I think. So let's go for that in style. Get the brick color. And that would be the block title number 2. Doesn't work. So is it number 3? Did I spell everything right? What is this? Block title. I do not know. Enter type 4? I have no idea why this is not working. First of type, block title. That worked. Why doesn't anything else work? Did I spell it right? Yes. This should be 2. Oh, you know what? I bet it is 1. I bet I have to do, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. So I've got to get the second block, but not the second block title within that block. So I think I actually have to do block nth of type. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. So it's the second block, but the first title within the block. See if that's alright. And once again, the counting is off for some reason. That I don't understand. But 3 should fix it. There we go. This is now brown. Everything is off center. Ugh, why? Well, whatever. It's kind of getting there. So why is it off center? We're pretty close. Oh. Maybe. Let's try something. What if I set blocks width to 100%? See, this is kind of how it works. You kind of know what you're doing and you figure it out, but it takes a lot of tweaking to get it right, and then you kind of just play around until you figure out what you're doing wrong. Well, that didn't work. I must have the columns wrong. So let me take a look at the blocks columns. 1 fraction, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. So this should go 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Ah. Two to 3, and this should go 3 to 5. That is what I have. Oh. Block text first of type. Oh, I bet that's doing it. So It's not that, it's this. So dot block first of type block text. Ah, okay. So I was making that same mistake. Well, hold on. So I was trying to get the first block text, which would be this one, I guess. But I was confused. These are all first title. I need to grab the different blocks and then get the title within them. So that's what I was doing wrong. I was trying to call this the second block title, and this the third block title. I should have said the block title in the second block, not the second block title. I had to get the right block first and then grab it. I see. So then this should have been, once again, same thing here, dot block. All right, I think that's kind of getting it. I gotta fix the top one. I think maybe I gotta, because it counts wrong, so I shouldn't say the first of type. I should say nth of type 2. And I'm gonna do the same up here. And I hope that does it. Almost. This guy is off, so the graphic is not quite right. Block graphic, nth of type 2. Is it 1 to 2? 2 to, that's right. That should be right. Is the problem that it's just tiny? I think it is. I think that's just tiny. So let me kind of make that bigger. So height equals 250 pixels. Let's just see what happens. No. I don't want to do that to the div that wraps the graphic. I want to do that to the graphic itself. So let me try block graphic img height 250 pixels. Getting there. Okay. 250 is too big. 150, a little bit better. I'm not following why this is so off. It's too far off. So why isn't this so far off? I don't get that. Do I go to 6 or 7? I go to 6. Okay. Not well. This one goes to 7. Should I just do 3 to 4? Let's just see. I'm just going to do that. This is not correct math in terms of getting it on the grid right, but I'm just going to do it just to make it look okay. Here, I'm going to give it a little bit of padding because these things are a little bit too tight at the top and bottom, and then I'm going to call it done. So let's say the block should have some padding on the top and bottom. That would be 25 pixel 0. And there you go. So there's our site. That's kind of how you build it up. This grid stuff is a little confusing. Maybe it looks like it's very confusing. When you get the hang of it, it's not as bad as you think, but honestly, I would say this is kind of how all my projects go. I more or less know what I'm doing. It gets a little bit hairy for a while. It takes a little bit of just, should I try 25, 35? Should I try this? So you kind of just, you got to massage it a little bit to get it to fit. and then once that kind of comes together, you can start putting on a little bit more polish, and then you're pretty happy with it. But there usually is a little bit of head scratching at some point during the project, at least for me. So sorry if I'm making it hard, but that is kind of the nature of it, at least as far as I know. So that's a walkthrough of coming up with your mock-up, building the target, thinking in terms of kind of like rectangular grid. This is a little bit more challenging with the use of the grid, but if you think of just these horizontal bars, and then think in terms of rows and columns, it makes life easier. And so there you go. I hope you like this little site. I hope you follow along with it and it works out well. If you need help from me, let me know. And this can kind of be a template for future projects. It kind of gives you someplace to at least get started. Anyway, you guys have a great one.